This episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report is brought to you by Draeger Rental and Safety Services, your trusted source for industrial safety services and technology. We'll share more about Draeger later in the episode. Welcome to the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report, your go-to source for the latest updates in the energy sector. I'm Samantha, your AI podcast host, and today is November 22nd, 2024. In today's episode, two huge stories from ExxonMobil on the recycling and lithium fronts. The DOE invests over $2 billion in hydrogen hubs, and other top news from the energy sector this week. But before we get started, we ask that if you enjoy our podcast, please like, comment, and share it with your colleagues. Your support helps us grow and allows us to bring you even more exciting updates from the energy sector in the future. With that being said, let's jump into the first story. It's been a big week of news for ExxonMobil, and we'll have another story from them later in the episode. But for now, let's talk recycling. Exxon just announced a $200 million plan to expand their advanced recycling operations in Baytown and Beaumont, Texas. The goal? Turn hard-to-recycle plastics into raw materials and divert them from landfills. Starting in 2026, these expanded facilities will help Exxon hit a major milestone, processing 1 billion pounds of plastic waste globally by 2027. Karen McKee, president of ExxonMobil Product Solutions, called it a move to help establish a circular economy for plastics and reduce plastic waste. Bold claims, but with their Baytown facility already having processed 70 million pounds since 2022, it seems like they're on track to meet their goals. So whether it's food-safe packaging or pet food, Exxon's advanced recycling is aiming to make a big impact. Next up, we're looking at a major federal push to accelerate clean hydrogen production. The Department of Energy has announced up to $2.2 billion in funding for 2 regional clean hydrogen hubs, one in the Gulf Coast and another in the Midwest. These hubs are key to pushing clean hydrogen from a promising energy source to a practical, large-scale reality. The Gulf Coast H2 hub, led by High Velocity, will tap into Texas's abundant energy resources to produce clean hydrogen, aiming to create 45,000 jobs. Meanwhile, the Midwest H2 hub will support decarbonization in industries like steel and transportation across Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan, adding 12,000 more jobs. With billions in federal funding driving private investments, these hubs could be a game changer for both the environment and local economies. Moving on now, let's talk about a major deal in the pipeline industry. ONEOK has reached an agreement to sell 3 of its interstate natural gas pipeline systems to DT Midstream for $1.2 billion. The sale, which is expected to close by the end of the year, will help ONEOK optimize its asset portfolio and improve its financial flexibility. The transaction includes 3 pipeline systems: Guardian Pipeline, Midwestern Gas Transmission, and Viking Gas Transmission. These systems serve crucial connections in the Midwest and beyond, linking major natural gas hubs and distribution points. The deal is expected to strengthen DT Midstream's position in the energy sector while enabling ONEOK to focus on its core operations. With this sale, ONEOK continues its strategy of streamlining its business to boost efficiency, while DT Midstream expands its footprint in the interstate pipeline space. And with the cash proceeds, ONEOK is looking to further reduce debt, targeting a solid financial position by 2026. A big move for both companies. Before we move on to our next story, a quick word from our sponsor. This episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report is brought to you by Draeger Rental and Safety Services. From daily operations to large turnaround and shutdown projects, partner with Draeger for smart technical solutions that protects, supports, and saves lives. To learn more, visit www.draeger.com. For our next story, our second piece of big news from ExxonMobil, as the company is making big moves in the race for critical minerals, with a new partnership that could reshape the lithium supply chain in the U.S. ExxonMobil and LG Chem have signed a memorandum of understanding for a multi-year offtake agreement, where ExxonMobil will supply up to 100,000 metric tons of lithium carbonate to LG Chem's upcoming cathode plant in Tennessee. This is a significant step toward securing a domestic supply of lithium, a crucial component for electric vehicle batteries, and reinforcing energy security in the U.S. ExxonMobil's lithium will be extracted using direct lithium extraction technology, which offers a more sustainable approach with a smaller environmental footprint compared to traditional mining methods. LG Chem's new plant, expected to be the largest of its kind in the U.S., will have a production capacity of 60,000 tons annually. As both companies look to strengthen the critical minerals supply chain, this agreement highlights the growing importance of strategic collaborations in the clean energy transition. Finally, we'll close this show out with some big news for Port Houston. The port just landed $25 million in grant funding from the U.S. Department of Transportation's Maritime Administration to boost its agriculture export improvement and community resilience project. This funding will modernize infrastructure, increase grain export capacity, and reduce emissions by cutting down on truck traffic. Port Houston CEO Charlie Jenkins shared, "This project will improve efficiency, boost competitiveness, and help our communities by reducing dust and truck emissions." It's a big step forward for Port Houston's mission to drive regional prosperity and improve environmental quality. A major win for both the port and the surrounding community. And with that, we come to a close on this week's episode of the BIC Magazine Weekly Industry Report. You can head over to bicmagazine.com to read the full stories discussed today, and make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels so that you never miss out on the latest developments, updates, and announcements from the energy sector. Have a great day, and remember, it's what we do together that counts. Thank you again to Draeger Rental and Safety Services for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure to visit www.draeger.com to learn more about Draeger's smart safety solutions for your facility. When safety matters, rely on Draeger, technology for life.